All right, next, one more thing. I've been thinking of making a national type big site for lead gen, but also use the blog section for info plus affiliate marketing. A lot of people in local seem not to focus on that. Yeah, I mean, that sounds, you're right. A lot of people don't. I remember years ago when like way back when I first got into local SEO, I was learning I talked about this before, the mentor that was the most influential on my local SEO career was Ivan Budimir he was with Michael Taggart. Michael X was another term for him, a name for him. But way back in like 2010 to 2012 timeframe, it was called Maps Magic. He had this, and Ivan Budimir did the teaching. It was every Friday. It was supposed to be, I think, an hour-long webinar, but it was always like 90 minutes to 2 hours long. Every Friday, it was fabulous. It was called Maps Magic, and Ivan Budimir was just like this savant. He was just such a nerd when it came to local SEO and all that, but he was just amazing. And I hung on every word that guy said for about 2 years. And I learned so much from him. He was like, again, most influential mentor of my digital marketing career, no question. And I remember he used to talk about way back when Google Places was first a thing, right? And that's where I first started learning like local SEO and all that, was using Google Places for affiliate SEO, for affiliate campaigns. And so back then you'd spam the shit out of Maps with affiliate stuff. And it was brilliant because I worked for a while. So yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, that was way back that was 10, 12 years ago now. So I think that's a good idea. So you can try it and see. So anyway, he says, I'll have to join the mastermind when I have the cash to do so. What I do for clients that doesn't work well for my personal site. Every time I get up to the top 10, Google algo nukes my site. Yeah, I know. I've gone for years without any major kind of algorithmic penalties or anything. And just in the last few months, I've started to see some of my own projects get hit. And so I'm testing a few different things, trying to figure out exactly what it was, but they resemble Panda penalties from way back, not link penalties. So I'm going back through and trimming content out of a lot of sites to try to refocus the Google's attention on the primary pages, which are the top of silo pages. The product or service pages, in my case, would be service pages or location pages. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to test with right now to recover. I'm not seeing any results yet. I started making some significant changes on a couple of sites last week. It's still too new. You guys know with Google, like probationary period, when you do significant on-page changes, you need to wait about 3 weeks to see any results, which sucks because it's difficult. You make some changes and like a week later, if it hasn't moved or budged, like nothing's changed as far as positioning, you want to go in and make more changes, but you can't, because if you do that, then when it does finally start to move, you don't know which changes you made cause the movement, right? So you got to play this waiting game, and it sucks. As you know, we're all SEOs, it's hard to be patient. But I took one of my sites that got hit, like I said, with what looks like a Panda penalty to me, last week, and I trimmed a ton of content off out of there, like 60 some posts, supporting posts, to where it's just now the top level pages. That's it. And I want to see if that resolves the issue. And I messed with my title tag slightly too. But I got to wait now, like 2 more weeks before I even see what kind of changes it had. And then there was another site that I had that I did some other kind of nuanced changes with. So I've got a few different sites that I'm testing different things on in isolation, but I'm whatever changes I'm testing across the entire site. So instead of just changing 1 or 2 pages and seeing how that performs, because the site had already lost significant amount of traffic and their lead gen stuff for me, to me, it was like, why bother testing a couple of pages? I'm just going to, whatever method it is that I'm going to apply to this, to test, to see if I can recover this site, I'm going to apply it to the whole damn site and just see what happens, right? That way I know that one, and because, when you got multiple pages on a site and you make a couple of changes to a couple of pages, if the entire site is suffering from a penalty, those changes to those specific pages might not make any improvement to those pages. So, I mean, it might, but it also may not, because the entire site is suffering from a penalty, right? So anyway, again, I'll have more data on that once I discover it. It's too new. I'm still in the probationary period with the big changes that I made. So